Hi, Group 1, it's Sun. Thank you so much for tuning in to your next pick a card reading, which is what does your person really want to say to you at this time? I'm taking a look at messages from your soulmate, your romantic person of interest, to see what's going on and what they would like to say to you right now. So let's go ahead and get started. You all were drawn to the Mystical Manga Tarot. All right. And I'm going to get some messages out first and I will clarify them. So, group 1, channeling your person here. What is it they really want you to know? What is it they want to say to you? What's coming through? What messages are coming through from them to you? Okay, so let's see what's going on. All right. I got scared, so I backed out. Okay, what else is coming through? Messages from your person. There's drama because of a third party. All right. I won't let you go. I'm trying so hard. It feels one-sided because it is. I saw you and knew I had to have you. All right, more messages. Okay, I dropped this one. I'll do that again. Let's see. All right. Let's see what's coming through. I hope this is real love. You have no reason not to trust me. Okay, so your person has a lot to say to you. All right, I feel like the messages coming through are messages of this person admitting that there's somewhat some struggle to communicate to you and say what they really want to say. Some of you are actually dealing with someone who is trying to explain things, who is trying to make things clear to you, but they're having a hard time doing that, right? So it's not that they're not communicating, it's just that they're not communicating clearly, or there's something about the how things are going right now that's making you feel like there's an interference somewhere, and there could be. Okay, so I'm going to break these messages down. So starting with I got scared, so I backed out. So your person's message to you is that they retreated. They felt very intense, okay, when it came to your relationship and their feelings for you. And so they started to back away because of that. They became afraid and they were operating from a space of fear. So that's showing up with the 2 of Cups. Yeah. So they literally like have already started something with you relationship wise. Already you were probably really deep in with each other, and it feels like they backed out. It feels like they they couldn't handle the intensity. They couldn't handle all of this romantic passion. But I definitely feel like this is someone who still wants to be your partner, who still wants to be with you. So that's real love for a lot of you. You're experiencing that. You're experiencing someone who doesn't want to separate from you. So even if you're having challenges and problems in your connection, they're still fighting for you. They're still trying to make things work. They're still wanting to be close to you. But it is saying they got afraid of relationship. Now, some of them may have gotten afraid of commitment. Some of them may have let fear lead them to feeling like commitment was something that was going to keep them stuck, or something that was going to backfire on them in some way. And so it does feel like the relationship itself is something this person wants in their life with you, but they have this like fear that they're operating from. What's the 2 of Cups? Hold on, let's try that again. It's the Emperor. Yep, this is a fear of commitment. This is a fear of taking control. This is, I feel, where they backed out, because an emperor is not going to back out. They're not going to back down from, intense emotions. They're going to actually take the lead. They're actually going to take some action. So it just feels like what happened is your person felt the strong passion between you, felt the love here very intensely, very deeply. And I feel like it's not like all hope is not lost in this connection at all. But I definitely feel like there's something where they pulled away like the best parts of themselves. So a lot of you are feeling like kind of lost, like what happened? Everything was going so great. You were so perfect for me. You were giving me everything that I needed. And so I feel like that's where we get into this interference energy with there's drama because of a third party. So let's take a look at that, what they're saying to you. It's the Ten of Wands. Yeah, somebody is weighing this connection down, okay? It feels like it's a situation that your person has tried to get a handle on, but maybe they're having a difficult time getting a handle on. A third party could be a lot of stress on them, a lot of pressure on them. It can be an ex, it can be someone they have kids with, it could be somebody that has like come into their life at the same time or around the same time that you came into their life, and there's like a lot of pressure for them to make a choice. That's not the strongest energy, but there's definitely someone here creating this very heavy burden on your person, and it feels like that drama and conflict is coming from that interference, okay? So it's not you. It doesn't even feel like your person, to be honest. It feels like these messages are coming through like they have a lot to say. They actually want to communicate, but something is weighing them down. The Four of Swords. Yeah, this feels like this retreat energy, the energy that they feel they needed to take space, they needed to step away for a second from the connection because they felt so burdened and so pressured and so stressed out. There's a third party that's giving them like hell, okay? There's a third party here that feels like they may be creating even more tension in your person's life when they're already stressed out, when they're already dealing with a lot. Okay. And so instead of most likely communicating to you, instead of doing that, it feels like they may have just like went silent. They may have just gone, I need a break, and didn't tell you why, something like that. But they're letting you know there's an interference in the connection, and it's making it very difficult for them to step up in that Emperor energy and do the things that they were doing or that they know they need to do with you. So I won't let you go. So I do feel that's sincere. I feel like that's coming across as sincere. That's a message of I got you. I want to hold on to you. I want to hold on to this relationship. There's something very special about you and this person being together. There's something very special that they acknowledge about you being together. They do not want to let go. They're refusing to let go. So a lot of you are feeling the energy of that, right? You're feeling like, well, if they're not going to act right or they're not going to do what they're supposed to do, why are they still holding on to me? And that's exactly what this energy is kind of relaying. Your person is saying, I won't let you go. I know I'm stressed out. I know I'm dealing with a lot. I know that there's a third party interference, but I'm not going to let that come in between me and you any more than it already has, especially to the point where we're completely broken up or separated. So the Seven of Pentacles, all right? So I feel like they believe in what you've already invested in together. This is saying that this person has a strong belief that what you have already put into the relationship is something that they can continue to build upon. So they're not trying to walk away from that. They feel like y'all have something that you've worked on that feels like it's progress, that feels like it has created some type of like routine and consistency in their life. And they're like, I want to keep going. They may be reevaluating their plans. They may be reevaluating their strategy with you. But the Seven of Pentacles is a commitment and a dedication to a goal, a project, or something very special to someone that feels like it's time for them to take a second glance at it and see how they can make changes or step away. And I don't feel like your person is saying they want to step away. They're just saying, look, I won't let you go because we've invested so much in this. We have so much to build on. So let's continue building. I just feel like they need a break. And that's what they're communicating, the Lovers. Yeah, this person isn't going anywhere anytime soon. That's what they're saying to you, Group One. I feel like your person is letting you know that you both put a lot into each other. You both have genuine, sincere, real feelings and real love towards one another. There's a strong dynamic here, a lot of passion here. I feel like you're not letting them go either. You're seeing like this person is like almost, or has been in the past, too good to be true. And so something about that feels very real. Something about that feels like they weren't just putting on a show, right? That's really who they are. But another side of them right now needs time, needs a break, needs to step away a little bit, but they're coming back, right? For a lot of you, this is just a message here that they're coming back, or they're returning to this connection. They are going to make things right. You are going to experience true love with them, or true love with them again. But I'm just picking up that they feel like you have something here that you're already invested in, and it feels like they don't want to let all of that time, energy, and work that you've put in the relationship go to waste. Okay. So they're saying, I'm trying so hard. So I'm definitely picking up that your person is trying. There's been a struggle. There's something about them communicating that feels like they've found ways, but it's been very difficult to be as clear as they want, maybe even as certain, about their goals with you as they want to be. But I do feel like they're trying very hard because they love you so much. I feel your person's love for you. There is the Six of Pentacles, okay? So this has a lot to do with reciprocity. This has a lot to do with equal give and take. And so if they're trying so hard, they see your effort. They feel you trying. They know that you want this to work. And so they're doing their best, is what they're saying, to give you what you deserve in this connection. They're also splitting their energy. Now, I feel like some of you may have had communication from this person where they're like, yeah, I have to spend time with my kids, or yeah, I have to put effort into my work too. So what they're telling you is that you have to share your time with them, with someone or something is going on with that shared time, right? It feels like maybe there's never enough time for you two to just be together. And so they're coming through as wanting you to know they're not any less in love with you because of that, but they want you to know that there is going to be something that feels like it takes up the time and the energy between you. Judgment. But this is a very special connection. This is a purposeful relationship. It's not over yet. I feel like for a lot of you, it's not over. This is your soulmate. They're trying so hard to return to what you once had, or something that was very powerful about your connection that feels like they don't want any of it to go to waste. That is the strongest message coming through. Group one, I don't want this to go to waste. We worked so hard. Look at everything we've been through. Look at what we've put into this. Look at how much I've learned. Look at how much you've learned. Look at how much we've grown. It's things like that I feel are coming through from you. From your person to you. So it definitely feels like you have a soulmate partnership, someone you're a companion with, and you could be really missing them right now as well. I do feel them missing you, but I think there's something about this person that they've shown you so much of their potential, or shown you so much of how things could really be once they get it together, or once things come together, that it's just really made you miss them a lot, okay? So it feels one-sided because it is. I feel like that's your person letting you know there has been some one-sided energy, right? I feel like from their end, I feel like they're acknowledging that you do everything that you can in your power in the relationship to make things work, to make things right, to fix things. And I feel like they are saying that, yes, they try to bring reciprocity, but it hasn't been enough, right? So they're just acknowledging that it has been a little one-sided, that they have been a little selfish, that they have made you feel like you're in this alone. And there's the Knight of Swords, which can be brutally honest. And so I feel like your person knows that it's time for them to show you a little more warmth, to show you a little more love and devotion and dedication, because the Knight of Swords is like, they can communicate, they can be honest, but there may still be some issues with clarity of vision and direction. And I feel like that's when your person is saying it's been one-sided because they've been focused on something totally different, or they have been really scattered in their energy and haven't been able to focus at all enough on this connection. What's the Knight of Swords? You could be dealing with Aries, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, a Scorpio. All right, what is the Knight of Swords? There's that Nine of Swords, fear. So you have the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Swords, saying it feels one-sided because it is. Your person is scared. They're very afraid of not having a good outcome in this connection, after feeling like they know that they're doing their best and they're working really hard, right? Even if you question that, I feel like there's something about this person that is trying to get across to you that they are trying a lot harder than you may see. They're just afraid. Yes, they can be afraid of commitment. Yes, they can be afraid of settling down. Yes, they can be afraid to lose you. And all of those things do not have to mean that they are not, you know, going to be at some point a good partner for you. It just means that right now they may be falling short of the type of partner that you need, and it feels like they're communicating that. All right. So I saw you and knew I had to have you. So this is where the memories are kicking in, and your person is letting you know they're very attracted to you. You're very sexy to them. They saw you and just knew they had to have you. This is where they're going back to how it was at some point in your connection. There is the King of Wands, really confident with that message, really confident with that energy. Like, yeah, I saw group one. I had to have group one. So they're letting you know, the attraction is still there. The passion is very much still there. The fire between you is still there. I think that's what makes it very difficult for them to separate themselves from you. That's what makes it very difficult for them to see themselves without you. Your person is saying that they are wanting to step into that leadership role again in this connection, where they're taking initiative, where they're doing things for you without you having to ask, where they're showing you passion and how much they're attracted to you with their actions and not just their words and their intentions. Okay. So what is the King of Wands about with this? It's the Knight of Cups. Yeah, that's a strong message of love coming through. It's like they fell in love with you very early on into your connection. This may have been a love at first sight connection. It could be something where you establish a very strong romantic connection very early. This person feels like they know that they love you. It feels like they've said it. It feels like they've expressed this in some way. It feels like you've received an offer, or many offers, representing the growth in your connection, from being together to committing to one another to establishing a future together. I feel like this person really has romantic intentions with you, and they have had that from the beginning, okay, of them meeting you. So I hope this is real love. So, this is your person feeling like sometimes they get insecure and they have their doubts, and they're like, I hope this is real love that we're experiencing. I hope that what I'm feeling is real, right? And I feel like that's because sometimes that fear does take over and they go, this is too good to be true, or I can't believe I have someone so good to me, or I can't believe group one loves me like this, or something. And so you may start to feel where they're doubting how you feel about them, or they're doubting that this could last. And that's because of their own fears, not because of anything you're doing or not doing. They're just saying to you that they are very hopeful that this is real love because they are giving it their all, or putting in their best, or plan to do that. The Ten of Swords, okay? They have a fear of endings. They don't want to be the reason something ends between you. They don't want, their connection to you to end. They have a fear of endings, and that kind of keeps them doing things or being in energies that feel like they interfere with the connection, right? That doubt, that energy of, let me take a step back instead of communicating how I feel to group one. Let me, instead of sometimes them pushing themselves to be who they were, the person that you first met or the person that you've known for so long, sometimes I feel like this person gets into their insecurities too much, and they start to feel like, oh no, what if it's over? What if it ends if I say this, if I do that? They start to just operate from a lack of strength and courage. And so I feel like they do hope it's real love. They've been through a lot of pain. They've been through a lot of betrayal and backstabbing. And they could also be looking to you to heal them. All right. Five of Pentacles. This person has been through a lot, group one. So what they're saying to you is that, look, I've been through being left out in the cold. People have neglected me. People have abandoned me. It's been really difficult. I've been stabbed in the back. I've been hurt. So I'm hoping that what you offer is good and pure and real. Okay. It's like they know that, but they do have their moments where they go, well, the last time I committed, this happened, or the last time, I took someone very seriously, I was heartbroken. So they just have some disappointment that I feel like they're projecting a little bit, that they need to tone down on. But that can be something that can be healed throughout your connection. They have a lot to discuss, though. You have no reason not to trust me. I feel like what they're saying is, look, I know I'm putting you through a lot, or going through a lot, or dealing with a lot, but I'm faithful, I'm loyal. I feel like that's the main message from that. All right, so your person is letting you know you can trust them. Three of Swords. I do feel like they could, be apologizing in this message. There could be a lot about them going, I'm sorry I'm hurting you, or I'm sorry I'm putting you through this. I feel like there is something about, you can trust this person, but there's sacrifices that you have to make in this relationship. Okay, so whether that is outside interference that needs to be let go of, and that's really hard for your person to do, or that's habits and patterns that have to be let go of, it's not easy, is what they're saying. You can trust me. I'm feeling vulnerable right now. I'm feeling a little bit down right now. My heart is hurting. I'm sad sometimes, but I don't want to hurt you. All right. What's the Three of Swords? The King of Cups. They're feeling very emotionally vulnerable at this time. They're very soft and loving towards you, or they want to be. And I do feel like what they're saying to you is that you can trust them. You can trust that they have good intentions. You can trust that they have romantic intentions, but they're a little damaged. They're a little broken. And I feel like they're trying to communicate that to you without you feeling like, okay, well, I need to leave them then, or I need to let go of this relationship. They're hoping that you don't let go of them. They're hoping that you don't leave them. They're hoping that you work things out with them and stick things through and fix and work with them to fix things. Because right now they may be falling short of that leader, taking the initiative, but they do feel like they will come back around. And that's what they're saying to you. Don't give up on me. I will come back around, or I will get it together. All right. So group one, I am going to explore these messages deeper in the extended. Or explore more messages in the extended. I'm going to take a look at what this person wants you to say to them at this time. All right. I'm also going to take a look at what is coming through hidden messages. What are some of their deeper hidden communication thoughts and messages that are coming through? I do want to take a look at more messages from your person from another deck. I'll grab one here and see where we go with that. All right, what else are they saying? All right, this is in the wrong deck, but it says rough patch. So I'll grab another. I can tell your connection is going through some things, but you're someone I can brag about. So I'm going to take a look at more of those and clarify those messages. Again, I'll take a look at what they want you to say to them at this time. I'm going to take a look at some hidden messages, things that didn't come through in the reading, but that are going to come through in the extended. And I'll give you some advice. Group one, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. If you are following me to the extended, I will meet you there. Don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. And I'm taking this to the extended now. Hi, group two, it's Sun. Thank you so much for tuning in to your next pick a card reading, which is, what does your person really want to say to you at this time? I am taking a look at messages from your person, channeling your soulmate, your romantic person of interest, to see what it is they want to say to you right now. So, group two, you were drawn to the Golden Wheel Tarot. All right. And I'm going to grab your messages and then we'll clarify them with the tarot, okay? So let's take a look at messages from your person. All right, what does your person really want to say to you right now? All right, group two. Okay, let's see. What do they want to say to group two? Let's start over. All right. I'm afraid of losing you to someone else. I don't know if we're really compatible. All right, that was in the reverse. I don't really read these in the reverse, but I can say they probably don't believe that. They can feel like, we'll see what comes through with that message, but they don't know if we're really compatible, if you're really compatible. Let's see. I care, but showing it is a weakness. Okay. Your person may feel a little fickle right now to you, like they don't know what they want, or they're not saying what they want enough. There's some lack of clarity with them. You see right through me. Yeah, they could be struggling with how much you see through them, despite them trying to hide, wearing a mask at times. All right, you've changed me for the better. All right. I still don't know if we're compatible. Interesting. It's shown up again. Okay, let's see what else comes through. So they're doubtful about some things. We'll see what's up. All right, you should know how I feel about you. So yeah, your person might feel a little fickle. It feels like they need to mature a little bit with their communication with you, because what I'm getting is somebody that feels like, you possibly do communicate. All right, you and this person possibly do have communication with one another. You may not be in no contact at all, right? But there could be something about them saying one thing and meaning another, or saying one thing and doing another. So it could always constantly feel like y'all got to start over. So that's the message that we actually start with. It says, let's start over. So this is someone who's letting you know they want a new beginning. They're letting you know they do want to start over. They do feel like, there's an opportunity for you and them to have a fresh start. So let's see what shows up with that. Queen of Swords. I feel like you've made this person say, you gotta come correct. All right. I feel like there's something about you communicating to them, whether they're communicating right or not. I feel like there's something about you making it very clear how they need to show up for you, how they need to show up to you, how they need to respect you. So they could need to start over with you for sure. This is about being logical. This is about being truthful and honest. And so this is about putting your heart a little bit on the back burner to deal with, like, focus on and deal with some major issues and major topics in your connection. But I definitely get a sense that you've been very strong about communicating that you need this person to show up more clear and decisive for you. So they're saying, let's start over. I heard what you said. I was listening. I got your message. Let's talk. It's also saying, let's talk about starting over. And then there's the Queen of Wheels. Very interesting. So your person respects you. That's why they want to start over. What they're saying to you is that you're nurturing. You are very valuable and worthy to them. You are someone that they care for. You're someone that they respect your opinion. They respect your thoughts. They respect your mind. So this is a lot of respect coming through from this person to you. They want to start over because they feel like you have a lot of the qualities they desire in a partner, and they see your worth. So this isn't a person that's like, I can get a group 2 somewhere else. They're kind of knowing that they can't and understanding that they can't. So they're like, you know what, things didn't go so well with that last conversation, or we've been broken up long enough. It's time for me to get back right with group 2. It's time for us to talk. It's time for us to revisit loyalty to one another and faithfulness to each other. It's something like that this person really values about you. So I'm afraid of losing you to someone else. So they're letting you know there's something about you, all right, that they are just really fearful that someone else is going to take their spot. Someone else is going to come in, swoop you off your feet, and you're going to forget all about them. And some of them may have already been in that situation with you. Some of them could be under, they could be about to lose you, depending on their behavior. Yeah, the Knight of Wands. So some of them need to start acting accordingly. Okay, they're dealing with a queen. They are dealing with an elevated, abundant individual in you. And so it does feel like if they're afraid of losing you to someone else, they're really afraid of whatever you have or had with them showing up in another person. They thought they were special. They don't know how many people are going to give you a good time and value you and love you, and give you all that passion. So they do have to be very careful about underappreciating you, because I definitely feel like you know your worth here. You've spoken about it, you've been very clear about it, and they seem to understand that. So if they're afraid of losing you to someone else, they're afraid somebody's going to come in, be very quick and fast about it, show you a lot of passion, give you a good time, be very lovable and very adventurous, and that's going to be it for them. So they do have to be careful of that. The Knight of Wands is 10 of Pentacles. So that could be a nightmare of this person, being afraid of losing you to someone that you end up marrying, someone that you end up having a family with, that you end up having stability with and abundance with. I feel like this person fears that if they are taking a long time, I feel kind of like they're maybe taking a while, taking their precious time to commit, or taking their time to make up with you or something like that. And so it does feel a lot like they're afraid that they're going to miss out on you, while they waste so much time or take up so much time or something like that. A lot of you are ready for marriage, or you're prepared for commitment. So you just need to deal with somebody who can catch up to you, or who can share this energy with you, because what I'm getting your person is saying to you is, look, I don't want to lose you. I want to give you the things you want. I want to give you a stable relationship. I want to be successful and wealthy for you. I want to have all the things that you desire in a relationship. I just may need a little more time because I'm still having fun, or I'm still like trying to process commitment. It could be something like that they're saying, okay? So I don't know if we're really compatible. So it's interesting that this message shows up. I almost forget sometimes that I have two similar messages in these decks, but I feel like that's for a reason. Okay, I'll take it. It's two, so I'll grab one first. Let's see. All right, so we have the Page of Swords. I think there's an immaturity with your person that they know they need to work on, I feel like they're working first, I'm being honest. I feel like that's something they're working on. I need to learn how to speak my truth. I need to learn how to be transparent and upfront with group 2. I have to be more observative. There's something about them saying, I don't know if we're really compatible, where they're realizing they can be a little annoying, where they're realizing and accepting that they can be someone who is kind of watching you and stalking you on the outside looking in, but sometimes they don't make enough moves and take enough action. All right, and what's this one? It's the 10 of Cups. They're still learning how to be a partner. They're still learning how to be romantic. They see you as someone who could give them everything they want and desire. And they seem to want family. They seem to want marriage. They're showing up as saying they actually like being in a relationship with somebody. But I feel like they do things to trigger you, to annoy you, to frustrate you, where you question whether you want those things with them. So if they don't know if you're really compatible, they need to do a lot more watching you, a lot more research on you, and seeing what makes you happy. That could be what they're saying when they're like they need a little more time or something, or if they're like they're not ready for something. What they could really be saying is that I have to watch you a little bit more to understand you the way that I feel you need to be understood. That doesn't have to be a bad thing, but it is something that someone needs to be able to communicate. So I care, but showing it as a weakness. All right, very interesting. Let's see what shows up with that. The Moon. They're insecure. They're insecure, or they can be insecure, right? This could be a very confident individual, somebody who is very happy-go-lucky, very sure of themselves at times, but they do have insecurities. I feel like they need to know the outcome of things, and so they hate like not knowing how things are going to turn out between you, or they hate not knowing whether they're going to get their heart broken or not, or something like that. So something about them showing that they care feels like it makes them feel very vulnerable. It makes them feel very secluded and alone. What's the moon? Yeah, the Ace of Swords. You could reveal this person to themselves. I feel like what they're saying is getting close to you, group two, and opening up to you is something that is really going to expose me as a person, right? For better or for worse, it's going to expose who they are as a person. It's going to expose their truth. We're going right into you see right through me. We started off with the Queen of Swords. You have something going on with you that has made this person go, I need to get and I need to really ship up. I think that's the way to say it, but you get it. I really need to get it together. For group two, I really need to be as honest and upfront. They can't keep secrets. They can't hide themselves. They can't wear this mask. And so they care about you. They do feel like opening up to you, but they also feel like they know that. Sorry, I sneezed. Give me a second. I'm sorry, guys, but I do feel like they know that opening up to you is something that is very risky for them, because if they're not truthful with you, if they're not honest with you, then they are going to lose you. Some of them have already experienced that. All right. So you see right through me. So again, it's just the repeating message of, you know what you want, you've said what you want, what you wanted, and you made it very clear to them in some way. So your person is letting you know that you see through them. You have some type of knowledge of who they really are as a person. You just want to know more. You just want them to remain open and honest with you. All right, so the Five of Swords. You see through their lies. If they lie to you, you see through their games. All right, a lot of you know that this person sometimes can be dishonest with you. And they're like, you see me when I'm playing games. You know when I'm not being truthful. Some of you, not all of you will resonate with this message, but you know when they cheated or when they stepped out on the connection, when there was a third party. When they betrayed your trust. It's just, they can't get away from that. You know, you're a very smart, intelligent person, group two. You are someone that can handle yourself when it comes to relationships. You're not weak. That's what they're saying in these messages. You're not weak. You're not dumb. You're not somebody they can play games with. And so that being said, I just feel like their messages to you are showing up as you are really one step ahead of them all the time. Maybe 10 steps ahead of them all the time. What's the Five of Swords? The King of Wands. You see right through me with the Five of Swords and the King of Wands. I just feel like your person knows what you deserve. They've been reluctant to give it because they're reluctant to grow up for some of them. Some of them are like, I kind of like being able to have a little bit of freedom or, you know, whatever. But they do understand that getting with you is a big deal. You see through this person's mind games. You actually do see through when they are trying to put on this confident persona and they're not really as confident as they wish they were. I feel like there's also something about this person telling you, I know I said I was going to take initiative, or I know I tell you I'm going to do this or do that, but I'm really scared too. There's something about this Five of Swords, King of Wands, where they know what they're supposed to do, or they're saying that to you. They know they also don't do them. They sabotage themselves in the connection at times. All right. So you've changed me for the better. I feel like your person does play a lot of mind games, but I feel like a lot of you are in a position where you're like, well, they can't play them with me anymore. And so they're just kind of running around in circles trying to figure out what to do with you in this connection. But it does feel like you've made this person take a look at themselves and go, they really need to do better. Two of Wands. This can be about planning. This can be about strategizing. This can be about knowing what you want in the future and really planning for that. And so a lot of you have made this person even if they're not as decisive as they need to be now, even if they're not as clear-minded as they could be, there's something about them at least knowing, if I'm going to have a future with group 2, I got to start doing this. I got to start making changes. I got to start saying these types of things, making these types of plans. So they at least know that. What's the Two of Wands here? You could be dealing with a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Yeah, everybody's in this reading, but those are the main signs really showing up. Sagittarius here. Two of Wands is here with the 10 of Swords, okay? This person has hurt themselves playing games with you. I'll say that. You've changed them. How you react to their betrayals or the way that they have hurt you or something, how you show strength and step up for yourself, it really has this person feeling weak and defeated sometimes. Because I feel like they've been successful at playing games with other people and being very manipulative, and you're showing up as doing something different. So what they're communicating to you is that they're actually knowing that they're hurting themselves by trying to remain unclear about certain things in the connection. And it's not your fault and you don't have anything to do with it. But it seems like they do realize that you have changed them. I think this person has been hurt and defeated and broken and damaged. And what I'm picking up with their communication to you is that they feel like you can actually be the person that they change for. All right. We're going into, I still don't know if we're compatible. That kind of feels like gaslighting. It feels like they do take your time and energy and love and support and all that just to go sometimes, are you sure we can make this work? Are you sure we can be together? It's something like that where they do kind of joke around when it comes to commitment and love. Three of Swords. They've been hurt a lot. They'll be very hurt if they don't have you. I'll tell you that. The Three of Swords is saying that this person has been hurt a lot. So if they don't know that y'all are compatible, if they're still having some question about that, it is because they're still needing to heal from their wounds. Seven of Wheels. That's what they're saying. They need more progress with their healing process here. Group 2, your person is saying to you that they know that they have sabotaged growth and maturity in this connection because they've been way too stuck on what if it goes wrong? What if I get my heart broken? What if it ends up like that other situation ended up? Something like that. You should know how I feel about you. That's kind of like a cop-out. You know, it's kind of like this person not wanting to talk to you or express how they feel about you or what they want to say about their feelings for you. But they are saying that based on, you know, them being in your life or things that they've said or done in the past, that you should know that they love you or that they care about you or that they have feelings for you. Yep, there's the Ace of Cups. A lot of them are just coming out and saying, you should know how I feel about you because I love you, because I've shown you, because I've expressed that to you. They're saying that there is a chance for a renewed love between you, for making up, for coming together, for healing this connection. A lot of you do know this person loves you. That's why you're so frustrated with their antics sometimes. The Ace of Wands. So you have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands with that message. So they do love you. They just are in this start over energy. All right, let me start again. Okay, let me try this again. Let me fix this by starting over. Let me show you this new me. Let me show you this new idea, this new thing that I'm doing. And so I feel like you could be very interested in that. I just feel like most of you are interested more in progress and consistency, and this person has to show you that. So in the extended group 2, I am going to take a look at more messages. I'm actually going to grab some from another deck. All right, I'm going to take a look at what this person wants to say to you and clarify these messages. I'll grab one here. You saved me. So I'll grab more of those and clarify. I'll also take a look at what they want to hear from you. What do they want you to say to them? And hidden messages, things that didn't show up in the reading that will show up in the extended. What are some of their hidden truth that will show up? All right. I will also grab an advice card for you. So, group 2, thank you so much for tuning in. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, check out TheSunSage.com. And I am taking this to the extended now. Hello, group 3. Thank you for tuning in to your next pick a card reading, which is what does your person really want to say to you right now? Messages from them. So, this will be from your soulmate, your romantic person of interest, to see what it is they really want to say to you right now. Okay. So, you all were drawn to the Luna de Universe Tarot. All right. So I do have some messages here that I'm going to grab first, and then we're going to clarify with the tarot messages. So let's go ahead and see what's coming through. I am channeling your person to see what they want to say, what's on their heart and mind, what's coming through, messages from them to you. I'm still confused about us. All right. I care, but showing it is a weakness. I'm letting go right now. All right. They may be having a hard time letting go, though, because that was showing up in reverse. I don't really read these reversal, but that could mean something. We'll see. My love language is quality time. Your person is missing you. I can already tell that's what's showing up, what they're saying to you. I'll take it. Let's see. Yeah. I need to talk to you. All right. I hate how strongly I feel for you. What do they want you to know? What are they saying to you? What are their messages, group 3? I hope this is real love. All right. And you have, my love for you is real. All right. So you have someone who's making some type of declaration. All right. It feels like communication wise, your person is wanting you to know that their feelings are real. They are wanting to express and communicate that even though they might be letting go at this time, they could feel a need to take a step back. It's not changing their feelings for you. It's not changing the fact that they admire you, love you, want a relationship with you. I think something could be going on with them where it's making it a little difficult for them to connect. So let's just see what shows up. But it says, I'm still confused about us. So this could be a message of this person lacking clarity and needing to search themselves first before they move forward with you. And you have the King of Cups, which is about emotional clarity. It is about emotional clarity and emotional commitment. It can be about expressing yourself and being vulnerable with that. So if they're still confused about you, about the relationship showing up with the King of Cups, they're not confused about their feelings. I feel like they know they love you, or they know they really care about you. They definitely know they're missing you. But what they're saying is that they're not going to bog you down with some of the things that are stressing them out, right? They have compassion. So if they're like, I really love group 3, I don't want to be around group 3 when I'm still trying to figure my life out, when I'm still trying to figure out what to do about, this thing that's going on in my life that's really getting on my nerves. It's something like that where I feel like your person is trying to be considerate of you, and they don't want to be around you while they're lacking clarity. The King of Cups is here with the Moon. Yeah, so they're emotional about you. This person gets really invested in their feelings when it comes to you. I feel like they see you as very beautiful. These two cards are very beautiful together. And so what I'm getting is someone who is still searching for themselves and trying to find out their own beauty. And I just feel like what they could be communicating to you is, if there's confusion, which the Moon can represent for sure, if there's confusion, it's out of fear. they may have never loved somebody this much, or they may have never felt this way, and it's something that is unfamiliar to them. Yeah, so there's an unfamiliarity about these deep intense feelings that they're having, and they would rather sort of, like I said, step away or limit the time that they spend with you until they fully understand them. Okay. So I care, but showing it is a weakness. So this isn't someone that feels to me like they typically care about that. They don't feel like they care about looking weak because they're in love. But I am getting that something has brought some fear into their energy. So what they're communicating is that they care about you. They don't mind showing that they care about you, but right now something about it is making them feel very uncomfortably vulnerable. Okay, so let's see. The Eight of Cups. So they're going through a releasing process. And so something about this person is outgrowing things, outgrowing feelings and emotions that they used to have about things, about relationships. And it feels like they are becoming a more accurate version of who they really are, of who they're supposed to be. I feel like the Eight of Cups is saying here too, they've been really emotional. This may be someone who has been crying a lot, someone who has been very dealing with a lot of triggering things a lot, maybe memories or something. But the Eight of Cups feels like they're acknowledging that there's some type of weakness that they need to get rid of, that they're working on getting rid of. The Fool. Yeah, they're working on a new beginning. So I feel like what they're saying is that they do care about you. Sometimes this feels like with the Eight of Cups and the Fool, sometimes they might walk away from the connection. They may feel like they take it for granted a little bit. They don't fully, appreciate what they need to appreciate. But I am getting that this person is cleansing. That Eight of Cups with the Fool definitely feels like a cleansing, right? They get to release and let go of things and start all over, start anew, take a new chance, and take a leap of faith with you. So some of them are just afraid of taking the leap of faith right now. They have all these deep, intense feelings, and they're really afraid of letting that go, of letting that out, right? And telling you how they feel. But I am getting that they got a lot of feelings stored up. And once that fear and confusion gives way, they feel like they know they will be able to express this a lot more clearly to you. Okay. So I'm letting go right now. Yeah. I mean, it's showing up. They've got a lot of emotions they're dealing with. And I feel like you're dealing with somebody who really wants to communicate. It's, it's not you. It's me. It feels like that's a very sincere message. It's not an excuse. They're not trying to justify like some type of bad behavior. I really just feel like they're letting go right now in order to better understand things and in order to better understand themselves. And there's the Nine of Cups, which feels like that's their strongest desire right now. They want to understand themselves. They want to understand what's going on with them. They do want to use that as a way to understand their love and their feelings for you. They do want to understand that, there is a way to overcome these deeper, darker feelings and have their desires and their wishes come true with you. Right now, their desire and their wish is to release and to let go in order to have a stronger relationship with you at some point. Some of them feel like they're just going through something temporary and they just want some time. You have a lot of cups in this energy. There's a lot of water here. What's the Nine of Cups? Yeah, the Three of Cups. Yeah, they just want some space right now and then get back together with you. So I feel like your person is communicating. A lot of them may be communicating unless they're like pent up and just really like, I can't say these things. I can't really express this right now. I'm not in the mood. Unless they're in that sort of space. A lot of them are really just like possibly just really already very deep and emotional. The communication is already giving you some sort of indication that, okay, they're overwhelmed. They need to take a step back, but they do want to reunite with you. A lot of them are saying to you, we're going to get back together. You don't have anything to worry about. My desire is to be with you, to get back together with you. I am going to reconcile with you or apologize to you. I'm just feeling very vulnerable, very weak right now, and I need to work on that. So they're letting go. Some of them wanted to get back together with you sooner. That may be something you don't know, and that's what they're communicating. Like, I wanted us to get back together a few months ago, or I was going to call you a week ago, but I got overwhelmed and I felt very stressed or something like that. So that's what some of them are communicating, okay? Lots of cups in this reading. My love language is quality time. I can tell. They like to be affectionate. They like to be up under you. It is something that feels like a lot of you could experience once this person comes back around. Maybe they've been hiding that part of themselves too. They haven't really been showing that they're super affectionate and loving, but they want to. Ace of Cups. You're dealing with a water sign or someone who is very romantic and typically doesn't have problems showing it. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You have the Fool here, Aquarius energy. Ace of Cups, though, with the my love language is quality time. Your person really loves you. They really do care about you so deeply. It's like they don't want to be with anybody else but you. And so what they're saying is that my love language is us pouring into each other. It's us healing each other. It's us understanding one another. It's us showcasing and showering each other with love. There's something about this person that feels like they get it. They really understand what love is about. Right now, there's a little bit of hidden energy. They're hiding. I go into that in the extended, but it's there. It's beneath the surface. Okay, what's the Ace of Cups? Ten of Swords. Okay. They haven't felt like this before. Or they haven't felt like this about someone before. So this is a new experience and it's very uncomfortable for them. They're saying that their love language is quality time and they want to spend time with you. But they're also saying to you that with the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Swords, they've never gotten this far with someone. You know, they've only like, they barely scratched the surface with you. And that's what they're afraid of, is that there are so much more hidden depths for you and them to experience together. And that's something that takes them back to a place of endings, of breakups, of things not working out in other relationships, of things not being as harmonious as they could be with you. I feel like this person is somebody that more shows you their feelings, like hand holding or kisses or something like that. And if you ask them how they feel, they might sort of like shrink a little and retreat a little, but I'm definitely picking up on someone that has the capacity to love you the way you desire to be loved. I'm just feeling like right now they're so overwhelmed by that. So I need to talk to you. I definitely pick up where your person needs to talk. They need to open up. They feel like they don't have a problem opening up, but they don't say what they're really trying to say. There's something about that. The Knight of Swords. They need to be more in this energy and they know it. So they need to be more blunt and they know it. They need to be more upfront and more clear with you and they know it. They need to say what they need to say. They need to stop tiptoeing around issues. They need to stop sweeping things under the rug. They need to stop suppressing their feelings. They know they need to rush in. They need to speak the words they have to speak. They need to make you understand where they're coming from. What's the Knight of Swords? The Magician. Yeah. They're just not feeling in their power right now. You know, for some of you, I feel like this is new for you. You're like, I've never seen them like this, or they've never been this quiet or something. And they just need to step into their power and talk to you. And the Knight of Swords with the Magician will definitely do that, right? So what they're saying to you is, I got to feel like myself again, or I got to start feeling better about myself again. And then I'll be able to communicate and express what I really need to communicate and express. They have a lot on their mind. That's what I'm getting. They have a lot they're keeping pent up and stored away. So there's a lot of thoughts that want to come through. There's a lot of feelings that want to come through. There's a lot about them that they feel like they need you to know and they want to express. It just feels like they're holding themselves back. It's not you. It definitely feels like they're kind of going through something, or they're working on understanding all these emotions, and they're just feeling a little bit vulnerable, and it's making them very uncomfortable. All right. Gemini with that, also Libra, Aquarius. So I hate how strongly I feel for you. Yeah, it feels like that. It feels like they've never felt like this before. This is new for them. This is something they haven't experienced, and they're just trying to work with the energy. The Tower. And the energy is powerful. The energy is actually something that feels like it has caused them to be shaken up a little bit, caused them to have some type of fall a little bit. And I feel like what that can look like is triggers. What that can feel like is this person really loving how they feel about you, really loving the energy and the vibe of it, but also it reminds them of when they were vulnerable before and they got their heart broke, and something has shaken them up about you for sure. You're just different. They may have sabotaged things with you with the Tower here. Like, once they realize how strongly they felt about you, they may have done things to make things fall apart. What's the Tower? The Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you made some progress with this person, and you feel like something they did kind of undid it all. Your relationship is being rebuilt, Group 3. Your person is communicating to you that they want to rebuild. A lot of them are saying, let's pick up where we left off. So even if that was like an argument y'all had or something, or some type of disagreement, they're like, let's start from that. Let's build from that. But they do feel like they know something got messed up along the way, and Seven of Pentacles is about growth. It's about steady progress. It's about reevaluating what's going on and maybe changing your strategy and tactics. And so that's what it feels like your person wants to do when it comes to this connection. All right. So I hope this is real love. So that's where your person is communicating. Look, I've never felt like this before. I've never wanted somebody like this. So I hope this is real love, because I'm putting a lot into it. I definitely feel they're putting a lot of investment emotionally into it, right? Some of you may feel like you're lacking action from this person. You're lacking words from this person. But there is something about them needing to come to terms with their feelings for you first. So I hope this is real love. They're afraid of losing out on this. Nine of Pentacles. They hope that you see their worth. They hope that you see their worth, that you see their value. A lot of them are hoping that you are willing to give them a chance. You know, the Nine of Pentacles also can represent steady progress and seeing results. And so I feel like your person just, they're like, don't give up on me. Their whole message is like, we can still make this work. We can still do this. We can still find a way. I hope this is real love, because I'm becoming a better person. Nine of Pentacles. I'm becoming more self-sufficient. I'm giving my all in work, and I'm really realizing that you're an amazing person that I want in my life, but I got to work on myself first. It's something like that. Yeah, the World. So they are working on themselves. They are working on that better version of who they need to be, for sure. They're actually hitting some goals here, and so they're hoping that it's real love, because they're saying, I'm hitting these goals for you, Group 3. I'm doing all of this work for you. I'm making these changes and taking these chances for you. There's something also about this person, while they go through what seems to be a material evolution in their life, they need to cope, or they need your understanding and compassion as they cope with some sort of emotional restructuring of how they viewed relationships. And so what that can look like is, man, I'm really, again, it's a trigger, but it's like, I'm really doing all of this work for Group 3. man, I've always felt like, I've never wanted to do all of this for someone, or I never would have somebody like this. It's something like that happening with your person. All right. So my love for you is real. So I can definitely feel that. You have a ton of cups in your energy. This person has real love for you. They're letting you know they want to communicate that. Five of Cups. They're really sad how things have been going, how they've been treating you, or how they've been showing up or not showing up. I think there's this vulnerability again with the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups can definitely be about vulnerability. It's also about missing you. Like I said, this person really misses you, and they could be needing to say that. They're very sad about some of the things that have happened and transpired in this relationship, and they feel like they want to make up for it by showing you real love, showing you their love is real. The Seven of Swords. They regret lying about something. They regret wearing a mask. They regret not showing you their true self. They regret not showing you their feelings and emotions. There are lots of things this person is coming through saying, if I could do it over, I would. But the best way to do it is to let's have this new start. Let's try again. Let's do this thing the right way from a new beginning. Okay. So group 3, I am going to take more of these messages into the extended, but I want to grab one here. And then I'll clarify in the extended. Let's see. It's a different deck. You are the sexiest. So I'm going to grab more messages and clarify them to get more communication from your person, what they want you to know, what are they trying to say, what's coming through. So group 3, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, let me know what you think. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, check out the SunSage. That link is in the description box, and I am taking this to the extended now.